You see, the Andrews is the Hebrews. I don't know why that just came to me. Andrews, Hebrews, Hebrews, right? Hebrews. I don't know. Hey, it could be something, could be nothing, man. Welcome back. We're going to talk Siberia drop, like I've been promising. And then we're going to get right back into another page or two of this drop. I'll see how we going to rock it. When I say pause it, read it, man, I mean pause it. Matter of fact, we're going to pick it up on this page. So just pause it and read it so you're ahead of me right now, man. All right? Pause it, read it, man. Pause it, read it, man. Hopefully we get this far. Pause it and read it, man. So, now, obviously, I know we're talking about the Ibari, you know what I mean? But the way that they put the Rus on it, it's not by accident. Hebrews, Hebrus, Rews, Rews, same phonetics, man. They don't want you to know that you're hitting the cross, and they definitely don't want you to know that we're just talking about you, brother. Just talking about Israel, man. So, the Andrews is the Hebrews if we're just talking about Israel, God. The Saracen, God. The Arab proper, God. And you can't talk Rus without talking Russia or Russia, right? So, our Russian history connects directly with the Mongol flow, back to the Genghis Khan, back to the Prester John flow. And if you stick around, man, you know, we're going to keep our recording going for the Patreon cons. We are reading this cover to cover. So, one of my favorite books because it describes the Prester John and Genghis Khan war. And it takes it really from the mythos to really real spill. And we're reverse engineering it because we already done the research for 10 years. So now when we read a book like this, we know it ain't on no play when it lines up with the recon. Same name, same places, same everything. For my Patreon niggas, hey, salute to the Davis Flame Chamber. Click the link below, get in the Patreon. I'm dropping my thoughts all day. I just dropped like 2 or 3 within the last couple of days of just random thoughts that I don't have time to pick up, you know what I mean, and the camera and get set up. I'm just popping off throughout the day. So if you want them random pop-offs, man, from a con, please support a con. $14 to get in the Davis Flame Chamber. Shout out to all the founders, man, foundational members already up in there. We got a lot of free members on the Patreon, but please get up in them thoughts, man, you know what I'm saying? Get all the drop, and when you can, please support, man. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, we're gonna talk Siberia, Hebrews. All right, I mean, I'm gonna do a quick dive on Siberia so we can get in this drop, but I'm just telling y'all, man, y'all gotta stop giving the hijack Siberia. Not when the Cyber is just the Khyber, is the Khyber crystal, man. You know what I'm saying? Cyber, Cyber, they replace with a Q or a K to get to Kheeber or Kheevira. So the way to hijack the forked tongue does to hide the truth, to hide the drop, like Horace Butler say, go get that book When Rocks Cry Out, is the 1-letter rule. But they'll go 1 letter again and 1 letter again. They'll go from Q's to K's or K's to Q's and then put a C on it. Now you got a canyon instead of a canyon or conjon or canyonis. You know what I mean? Prester John. Then they'll put a C on it. So instead of Khyber, they'll put a C and then it'll be Cyber. But that's when we get into Siberia. That's when we start talking Siberia. So that makes us dig on ancient Siberia. And to know that it only connects with ancient Russia, right? I mean, I can't make this up. This map is in the British Museum, 1530, MS map. So this piece across the Strait of Anion would be modern day Russia, but you see how it all connects, right? What they say, oh, the Native Americans crossed the Bering Strait, or they came from Siberia. They're giving you your drop, but you gotta get your mind out of a hijack and understand that they've changed places, times, and laws. They'll call a place Siberia today, out the way, but the ancient real Cyber, Khyber, Kheeber, Eber, right, is right here in India Superior, boss. This is ancient America in the 16th century. I said, India Superior, boss. Right. Right. God. I said, Asia Major. So there's an India Superior, there's an India Inferior, there's an Asia Minor, there's an Asia Major. 1531. 1531, Orientis Forest. So I just showed you the Gastaldi map, 1530, the MS map in the British Museum, 1530 something, and then 1531, Orientis Forest map, all have Asia or India superior over North America. Get out the mind of a hijack. There ain't no North America. They just found you in Asia. They just found you in India superior. No, the map makers did not make no mistake. No. This is just what it is. So keeping all that in mind, where's the real Siberia, right? If we're just talking Siberia, Russia, then when we dig on the Russian-Mongol flow, just like the swords of the East flow, you know what I'm saying? That we're going to recover the cover exclusive for my Nagas on Patreon. Let's get it. You know what I mean? I'm going to cover the cover with these joints, man. I'm going to cover the cover. I chose these two. Let's pop it off, man. I just feel like they cut through the heart of the indigenous truth. And then we're going to turn back to Tecumseh a little bit. And then maybe pop off Prester John number 165 live on your headphone like we've been talking about, man. Speaking of, I've been live, man, on KSUU Thunder 91, like today for 3 hours straight, man. 91.1 on the radio dial out here in Utah. And it feels good, man. You know, my talking voice, I'm a little bit tired, but boss, it ain't never too late to talk Siberia, man. You know, let's talk about the greats. But yeah, you know, you could tune in. I'll leave the link below. You can always tune in from 3 to 6. And we bumping 432 hertz music only. You know what I'm saying? Right right on the radio, man. Right in the radio, man, out here. Like, we bumping. I couldn't even do this in LA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't want to play with the frequencies, and they was really hard even talking about frequencies. Nobody wanted to talk frequencies in the station that I was rocking with for a while, doing production with. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Stevie Wonder, man. He got his own station, like, for a long time in LA. I was over there for about 8 or 9 years doing production, doing all their, you know, voiceovers and commercial spots and different things. You know, I've been in the radio flow for a minute, my Nagas, transition up here in Utah, and I get an opportunity, twice as strong. They say weak, we say strong. Twice as strong, it's about 432 hertz swag frequency, live on the radio dial, and talk my drop. I don't go crazy. I just say, hey, man, I'm innocent. It's okay. Let's talk about some health things. Let's talk about some technology. Let's talk about some science. I give about 30 seconds of reading an article, and I'm back in the mix. I let the music speak for itself. I let the music be the star of the show. Really, the frequency of WAH be the star of the show. And it's dope, man. So it's good to have a spot right here on Thunder 91, as well as, you know what I'm saying, rebuilding, relaunching our home base when I could just pop off, no FCC, no nothing, just pop off, man. That's like popping off uncensored from the YouTube drop and the fact checkers, man, right at 432thedrop.com. So look out for us. Look out for a new website to launch, new apps to launch. Look out for all the packs and the digital downloads I'm so excited about. You've been waiting over a year for this particular product, but I'm so grateful that we can do it this way. I would have had all the files and did it my way, but I got a whole IT team getting it right for y'all, man. I said they're gonna wait a year. They're gonna be crystal clear. that these flash drives and these digital downloads and the flow that we're able to do now with my IT team. Shout out to the Artists Musicians Hub. Let's go, man. We popping off, man. These are the best packs of all time. If you ain't got your pack, your everything pack, your conglomerate pack, email me 432thedrive@gmail.com. If you've been waiting patiently, I appreciate you. If you've been waiting impatiently, I got y'all. A few people asked for refunds. I got them back right away. I ain't playing with my niggas, you know what I'm saying? Money, this. I get it. I want to do good business. And this has been a long time, but know that we've been building it in real time. You know what I'm saying? We've had setbacks. We've had things we had to overcome. Like, you don't know what it took to get this far. You just don't, you know what I mean? So some people get it. Some people, hey, I've been waiting patiently. Drive, what's up, Drive? What's up, Drive? Just because I'm offering a product. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel extra saucy. Like, if you don't want to support it, don't support it. Don't come extra saucy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the few. My main dog has been super strong hanging in here, knowing that I come through every time, man. Every single time I can come through, I'm coming through the door. I'm never leaving y'all hanging. So these next packs are next level, next generational, forever secured. Like I said, you got a digital download and the physical flow. And shout out to my team, Linus Kels, man, take the wheel, man. So let's go. All this is gonna be on the everything pack. And yeah, I'm just woo. Feel like the cuffs is off. Feel like we just spreading our wings right now. Let's talk Siberia right quick. Siberia. All right, got a couple things I dug up on Yandex, man. Guess we'll start with, where should we start? From the bottom to the top, top to the bottom. Siberia. Siberia. Let's go quick. And let's just read it with a dragonfly perspective. This ain't no studio tricks. I'm just saying, stop giving the hijack Siberia. Oh, you Native Americans from Siberia. First of all, Siberia, you're still talking about the same landmass as Asia over there, or Russia, which is all the same thing. Same Genghis Khan flow. Same Preston John King David flow we've been on. You ain't going nowhere when you talk Siberia, but getting closer to the Strait of Antioch. You can't give the hijack Siberia. You can't give them Khazar. Understanding, my nugget, that the Khazar, the Khazar is the Caesar, right? Caesar is just a title, meaning like what? Leader and chief and all this stuff, same thing. So the Khazar coming out the Byzantine, comes out the Mossack, the founder flow. Go get Mossack, the founder, one of the presser drops, which is Meshek. All this, man, connects back to the Moses flow and the one that they're hiding in the genealogies, even in the biblical genealogies. The recent Moses flow of Mesheks or Mossack. We're talking Mossack, the founder, and what empire got taken down 1 year after the 1452 Doom versus Papa Bull. In 1453, they take out the Byzantine. So when you connect the Byzantine with the Khazar flow, with the Cappadocian flow, you know what I'm saying? Really, with the Capernaum, the Capernaum or Capernaum flow. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick, man. But the Capernaum flow, the Capernaum flow, all this connects with the copper flow, the Khyber flow, the Kheeber flow. This is copper, man. And G. Matlock does a great job at breaking down these, you know what I'm saying, phonetics and etymologies and connecting them all together so that we don't think they're some separate thing. The Khyber crystal of the Jedi is the Judah, is the Sibir, is the Kheeber, Quivira, Antioch flow, my nugget. I can't make this up. It's coming out so silk and smooth because HaWah is flowing, man. You know, I'm grateful. When we talk Siberia, it says region in Northwest Asia. First question, where is Asia, boss? And I'm asking for my cons. Where's Asia, man? Oh, near Florida. Got it. Near Florida. Pause it. Connected with South America. Got it. Or America, right? Connected with Cathay. Captains, Pure Land. All right, going quickly, but so right away, we're still talking India Superior. We're still talking America when we're talking Siberia. Even if you're talking about the Bering Strait, It's still the Strait of Antioch, which is linked in, clocked in, and locked in with the kingdom of Prester John. As you see, over here, that's where Russia, Asia over there, Siberia, all that. Same land, but has to connect through this southwest. So India once ruled the world, all this. He's connecting the Hohokam, you know what I'm saying, with India over there, all connected with the Southwest. Go get that last drop, man. So Southwest America somehow connects to India over there, or are we in India superior, boss? And if this cartographer says you're in India superior, you just might be in India superior, boss. God, let's go. So the first step is to look at the etymologies. Region in Northwest Asia, the name said to come from Sibir. S-I-B-I-R. Write it down, cons. Do your recon. So if Sibir comes from Sibir, what is Sibir? Very good question before you give away your heritage. Ancient Tartar fortress. Ancient Tartar fortress. Got you. If I look up Siberian in 1828, Noah Webster, pause it, read it. Okay, you got pertaining to Siberia, name given to the great and indefinite extent of territory in the north of Asia. I ask you again, boss, and boss, please give me an answer. Where is Asia? Before the hijack, before they told you after the 16th century, where's Asia? What did Orientis finds say is Asia, and why is it so close to Florida, boss? Make it make sense. My bad, let's go. Y'all don't want me to get to popping off. When I take breaks and I start chilling, just trust me. A lot's happening when I'm quiet. But when I get to popping off, dragging fire, my noggin, dragging fire on the hijack, on the head bone. So we understand where India superior is, and we understand where the map makers have Asia and India. And now we can understand that they just keep talking about a territory where indefinite, my noggin. Is Ania Asia, right? It's Anion Asia. One letter rule. They always switch one letter. Did they switch the N to S's? Good question. But this is just a name given to the great and indefinite extent of territory in the north of Asia as a Siberian winter. But what is Sibir? It says a region in northwest Asia. I can't make this stuff up. Where's Asia? The name said to come from Sibir, S-I-B-I-R, ancient Tartar fortress at the confluence of the Tabal and Irtysh rivers. Got it. Now we could dissect all that. We're gonna have some time with this. I'm just kicking you like a little soft pitch of what we're talking about. We talk about Siberia, S-I-B-I-R, and it says an ancient Tartar fortress. It's funny because when I look at like the definition of Khan, we know in Hebrew Khan is just priest, a priesthood, a Khanate. But in the Mongolian, that's what they got, the Khans and the Khanates, you know what I mean? Khan. If I just say Khan in 1828, where would they take me? Because we just talked about Siberia and there's this fortress, a Tartar fortress. Khan. Pause it. Read it, man. So when I talk Khan, they're just going to take me back to Tatar. Now, who's talking about they the ancient Tartary? If they're not connected with the tribes of Prester John or Genghis Khan. And Genghis Khan is really like an offshoot or like a nephew of Prestigion. You know what I mean? If you look at biblically, biblical tribes, you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of the interflow. So, Genghis can be compared to like a Nebuchadnezzar, who himself felt like he had ties to the tribe of Judah, believe it or not. In our research, we dug on that connection, man. So Nebuchadnezzar is just a title, man. Nebo, defend my boundaries. That's all that means. What's his name? Where he come from? Who's his mama? Who's his mama? Who's his pops? For real, for real. Why did he feel like he can, take these princes of Judah, you know what I mean, and do yada yada? But notice he didn't try to Hellenize the place and erase these dudes. He still kept Daniel, you know what I'm saying? He still kept, these royals intact and even rose them up in rank, man. Even eventually had to acknowledge the Most High of everything through the power of Daniel, right? The vision, man. Then we found out that he's the son of King David by way of Abigail. Yeah, Daniel is the son of David, and his name mentioned, I think, twice in the book of Chronicles is Kiliab, and Kiliab just means perfection of my father. And they weren't sure because Abigail, she was a widow, if Daniel came from the previous marriage or David. So HaWah made Daniel a perfection of David. So Kiliab just literally means perfection of my father. And so when Nebuchadnezzar took him in, he was like, man, this is like having David here, man. He's like the same as David, like, he's popping off. Kiliab, Daniel, Khan, Tatars, these Tartars, these are all the same knockers, is what I'm saying. Tartary, Gran Tartary is America. There's no separation between India Superior, Gran Tartary, because we got maps that have Gran Tartary in North America as well. You've been rocking this wave. You got the map pack. You know what I'm talking about. North America don't exist. It is Gran Tartary. It is India Superior. It is Asia Major. It is the ancient world, so-called old world. It is the beginning, Managi. And why does Khan, right? First they say in Persia, not Hebrew, but Persia, an officer answering to a governor. That means that they took the Khan, the priest, and made him answer to their hijack. And that's their definition. It's an officer answering to a governor in Persia. We was beefing with the Babylonians, so this is how they was looking at it. And then it says in Europe or America. Then it says among the Tartars, it means a chief or a prince or a king or a Khan, but a chief. So when we look at the Tatar, and they connected back with an ancient Tatar fortress, right? This fortress is a kingdom, Khan. So this is a Tatar, ancient Tatar kingdom we're talking about. Back to Sibir, Siberia, Khyber, Kheeber, Gran Quivira, Gran Kanya, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, or Judah. Let's go. Then it became a typical place of misery and banishment. Just like they just flipped the Khan into being some officer that, worked for a governor or whatever. Now it became a miserable place of banishment. Well, are they lying, boss? Or did Judah become a place of banishment where we're not banished to go to these Babylonian flows, man? For a time. Okay, let's work backwards. Sibir, right? Siberia comes from Sibir, also known as Kashlik. This is just a quick little overrun. I'm sure we'll get deeper, but we've been talking Rus or the Rus, Hebrews, R-E-W-S, and Rus, R-E-W-S. Man, Russia, you know what I'm saying? Russia. Look at the Russian icons and the paintings of these ancient biblical Coam, brown, copper colored Nagas, but Kush, Leek, Ish, Kur, or Sibir. Tartar, fortress. So again, you have a fortress. So when we talk Sibir, you're talking a fortress. You keep telling these, so-called native this and these so-called yada yada that they from Siberia, you still giving away your heritage, man. You're giving away your fortress, man. I get it. You mean modern this and modern that, but you can't give them that. Look, everybody got a fallback story. Once you get the drop on who they are, then they fall back into, all right, I'm from Siberia, but then you still gave away Siberia, right? And that ain't the truth. You start pressing up on so-called Caucasians. Finally, they say, fine, I'm European. I'm not American, I'm European. But are they European? Who's the ancient people of Asia? Where is Europe, right? I'm just saying. You're still just talking to Asia, Roosh. Where do they come from? That's not my concern, really. I mean, as long as we know who we are, everybody else got to figure themselves out. You know what I mean? But Siberian Tatar fortress in the 16th century, the capital of the Khanate of Sibir, man. Did you know about the Khanate of Sibir, right? Yeah. I said the Khan of Siberia. So when we looked up Khan, it took us to the Tartar, right? The Tartar chief or prince, right? Khan. We're talking chief princes and we're talking fortresses. And that fortress connects right through the heartland of the Khan of Cyber. And I'm telling you, Cyber is Khyber. Because they'll go from K to C to S right on your Facebook, man. Just a couple things before I just get it. A couple paragraphs out this drop. Keeping it short like I said I would. So you got the Khanate of Sibir, a Siberian Tartar state in western Siberia, founded at the end of the 15th century following the breakup of the Golden Horde. Come on, my noggin. And the breakup of the Golden Horde had everything to do with Genghis Khan and the Press of John War. Pause it, or read it, and don't pay attention to where they want to put it. Think about it as a connecting kingdom or fortress like we've been reading. The Golden Horde, obviously, connecting with the Genghis of things established in the 13th century, originating from northwestern part of the Mongol Empire. Mongol just means the greats, just like Moor means the greats. Mongol and Moor is the same damn thing with the same damn people. They just gave you different images. But they know what's up. Talking about 13th century, man. After the division in 1259, and the Prester John Genghis Khan War is 1202, 1203. So that was like 50 years after the fall of that particular Prester or his son, King David, whichever David Sosling, we done dug on, you know what I'm saying, all the ones around that time period. And yeah, David plays heavy. And that's what we say. King David went to war with Genghis Khan, or the son of David went to war with Genghis Khan right here in America in the 13th century. And that's why they call it the Dark Ages, boss. That was one of the resets. And the most recent one was the 1800s after the fall of Tecumseh. So both kind of King David figures, priest king figures. Tecumseh, Kum means to rise, to make a stand, making his Native American alliance or Hebrew alliance right here in India Superior, 1812. Then the same thing happens around 1212. But again, remember, three major chronological time shifts according to Anatoly Fomenko. 333 years, 1,054 years, and 1,778, respectively. Three time shifts where they'll take the same king, push it back in history. Take King David from the 1200s, push him back 300 years, push him back again 1,054 years, push him back again 17, almost 1,800 years, And they're talking about the same history. And this is what Gallagher and Batavius did when they created these false timelines to make you think your real history was antiquity, but it was really recent, man. I mean, really recent. And they call it the Dark Ages when they took down the Hebrew Empire right here in America, right here at home, right here in India, Superior, Matlock. I'm trying to tell you, this is 16th century, man. Telling you the truth. So when we talk cyber, and we'll go deeper, like I said, I'll go quick for a couple things. We're just talking about the Khan, the Khan or the tribe of Khan, the Khanate. We're talking about the Khans, man. Don't give away your heritage. They Siberian. They don't rock with these Khans. They don't got the blood of these Khans. And then you got the Russian flow. The Russian, again, is the Rus. Hebrews, Hebrews, and Rus, Managi. We're just talking about the Rus. And the Rus is the truth, man. I said the Rus is the truth, where X marks the spot. The Rus is you. Copper colored nuggets. REWS. Popping off, man. So I'm going to go deeper into the Khanate flow, but we're talking about throughout its history, members of the Shaybanid and Tabaji dynasties often contested the rulership over the Khan. Everybody wanted to be the Khan. Between each other, both of these competing tribes were direct patrilineal descendants of Genghis Khan. So when they talk of the Khan of Siberia and these people coming from Siberia, this history specifically relating these Nagas with Genghis Khan in him. We got the paintings of a skinny Genghis Khan who was very melanated. He's just a regular skinny Naga, and they turn him into an obese looking, modern day Oriental flow. But the original Oriental flow is regular Nagas. This is the Orient. They flipped the maps. We in the West, not the East over here. And my Naga, but to them, I mean, we're in the East, not the West, because they flipped the map. But, you know what I'm saying? We are the farthest east on their old maps. We are the Oriental. We are the Orient. So you got a bunch of Genghis Khan flow, descendants of Genghis Khan through his eldest son, Jochi, and Jochi's fifth son, Shaban or Shiban. The area of the Khanate had once formed an integral part of the Mongol Empire. It later came under the control of the White Horde. So now we got to research the Golden Horde. And Horde, H-O-R-D-E, is just order. Order is horde. So these are orders that came along. Then you got the White Horde, which was like 1225. All right, this is right after they said the death of Jochi, when his son Orda inherited his father's, status basically. But that was also right after that Genghis Khan pressed the John War, man. And when Genghis, was the victor, as they say, these things started having splinter cells, man. So we're going to get deeper on the Khan of Sibir, man, but I'm just cruising with it, man. Like, I don't know why we didn't dig this deep on Siberia before, man. Now, what's interesting here is it brings in the Islam flow, which again, I think a lot of the Moors connect to the Genghis Khan bloodline, which is probably Moab. Even in the Prester John legend in the sources by Keegan Brewer, it says that Genghis Khan came out the tribe called Moal, M-O-A-L. Again, one letter rule. So that L or B, Moal or Moab, either way, he didn't want to pay tribute no more to King David, to the Prester. Matter of fact, he wanted to be a David. He wanted to have David's daughter as a wife. And David was like, look, man, I took you in because I have love for your daddy. But that don't mean you ain't David. That don't mean I give you my daughter. Genghis Khan didn't like that, went to war, ping pow. So now they're bringing in the Islam flow. Islam, okay. This is interesting, man. We're going to get deeper, but it says Islam was the professed religion of the Cyber Khanate. Straight up, right? Khan. So, with a dragonfly perspective, we could look at the Psalms 83 Confederacy, more and more war, and say, got you, got you, got you. Now, at what point did they take over, right? That it was it always that way there, or did that happen after the Genghis Khan pressed the John War, that Muhammad and him, Islam and him started, putting their Ishmaelism over, Isaac and them, over, over the Ibarus, off the 12 tribe, over the 12 tribes. So, when did they become the religion of the Khan? Remember, even King Saul, the Benjamite, according to, some text that's connecting the Afghan flow, who is the grandson of King Saul, Saul of the script. So he got Afghan, or Afghan is one of his sons, and then he got Afghan's son is Jeremiah. So when he got biblical Jeremiah, he's literally writing about King David because of the closeness of King Saul and David and all that. And David actually takes Jeremiah in, man, within his kingdom, within his tent. He protects the Benjamites. He protects Jonathan's peoples, man. Like, he's protecting. He didn't want to ride against Saul. Saul went crazy. Saul went left. So even he switched to what was his name? The Arab al-Rashid, right? So the Arab al-Rashid connect with the tribe of Benjamin because he tried to start converting, other Israelites, other Benjamites into Islam because he was converted by Muhammad and given the name Arab al-Rashid. But who's the Arab proper? Go get that drop, because there's Arab propers and Arab pretenders. I'm just talking about the actual history, the actual drop, the actual story. So when they come in with their mosque and their control, is that referring to all of the Sibir, all of the fortress, all the Khans, or did they get converted? Just like even the Israelites, just like the Benjamites got converted, Just like they converted us to Christianity, we got converted to Islam. Anything to take us out of our direct power, going directly home to the Most High of everything. So I just think that's a crazy, connection right there. We'll get more into it, man. We're just talking Siberia. We're just talking the Tartar fortress, man. Like I said, we digging, man. We digging. So that gives us a little something to go off of. Next time, we'll get more into the Siberian Tartar flow. I got a few other links. I just want to get to this book, but yeah, it's going to, basically connect the things, that we're talking about. The Tartars, Siberian Tatar, and the Russia. Just pause it, read it. Right? You see how it connects with the Rus, Russia. Once you got the Rus back, once you got the copper color Andrews back, man, then they can't cross us over no more. Then they can't talk Russia without talking us. That's why they're hiding and trying to destroy all of their paintings and artwork, showing who the real Hebrews are, who the real Rus are, of Russia, who the real Hebrews are. This is not a coincidence that the last four letters of the Hebrews is R-E-W-S, Khan. Do you see clearly? That is Russia. This is Siberia. It is the Cyber, which leads us back to the Khyber. Cybernetic, Cybertron, Transformers, and where their planet Cybertron, like, just pay attention, man, for the goose eggs. Oh, man, I want to read this next time because I know it's got some drop, but y'all can read it right now. I'm just showing you some things. Just get ahead. Why Siberia is not America. Features of the Siberian characters. They talk some modern Siberia flow. But I just want to get some drop. And this title just looked crazy to me, so I want to dig on this. Maybe on the Patreon, just chill out, watch some videos. The conquest of Siberia is the same as the colonization of America, because it's the same land, the same thing. Shout out to ABN correspondence. So that's just a little Siberia drop. Let's go. Let's go. A Mormon friend once told me that all the non-Africanoid peoples on earth descend from the Hebrews. I'm gonna crash this book before I crash out. I'm gonna crash this book. So anybody that don't have no so-called Africanoid features is a Hebrew, but the people with African features or Naga features and indigenous copper-colored kinds, we can't be Hebrews. But so this whole campaign is to make all non-Nagas the original India superior, you know what I mean? The Hebrews, the Judah. This just supports their system. But we're reverse engineering it like they couldn't even see us coming, so we gonna get all the babies out the bathwater. But this is crazy. A Mormon friend once told me that all the non-Africanoid peoples on earth descend from the Hebrews. At first, I thought he was bending the truth shamelessly. However, years later, I came to agree with him, especially after studying Indian history. People often wonder why the Jews classify themselves as the chosen race. The name Yakut appears to imply that the Yakutia, a name similar to the real name of the Jews, Yahuda, or Aramaic Yahudiya, were Africanoid mutants. Let's go, let's keep reading. Of the same color and physical characteristics who intermarried with each other, Yah or Jah equals Lord in Kashmiri, and other non-Indian languages, Kadu, God, and Goda mean vulva. Sound like that car company, Volvo, who is the female organ of generation. Dang, so vulva is what? They also came to connote the beginning, commencement of anything. Therefore, Yakuda, the first lords, these Yakuda were probably mutants from Africanoid mankind with black skin, but with Caucasian Australian physical features and straight, silky hair. Let's keep reading, boss. Let's keep reading. Ain't no point. Y'all get it, man. Let's go. Therefore, the first true Indians were the Dravidians, Yahuda, Yuda, even in Hebrew, Hodi or Hindu. So you saying Hindu is just Hodi or Hebrew? That's crazy. I think that's some drop. And the Dravidians, remember the one letter rule, take out the R. What do you have? Take out the R. Horace Butler taught us the one letter rule. They always just add a letter, take one away, or switch it, right? Oh, the Davids. I can't make it make this much sense. You just put an R up and now we think it's a whole other concept and a whole other place. You're just talking about the Davidians, and that's why you're connected with Judah and Yehuda and all this stuff. And this is India superior. This ain't no India inferior. This is ancient territory here, man. Sak, S-A-K-H, related to, descended from. Therefore, Sakhu or Sakha, related to or descended from the original lords. According to the Hindus, these Sakhu or Scythians, which we connect with the high Amazon queens, go get the drop, were the Caucasoids and Mongolians. Again, you can't even give these people the Caucasus, man. These WIGHTs don't get the Caucasus, man. These Caucasus are still going to connect with Russia, Siberia, all the Cybers, man. Like, you can't give them Caucasian. They're not Caucasians. Who's the original Nagas of the Caucasus, man? Who's the original Nagas of Sibir, right? Siberia, Khyber. Who's the Nagas of Russia? Who's the original Europeans? Who's the original Chinese? I'll wait. Japanese. Who's the original Asiatics? I'll wait. Who's the original Americans? I'll wait. Nagas of Central America, South America? I'll wait. Find me when you find a completely different color of people, or, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got our phenotypes, you know, obviously, but that's within us, you know what I'm saying? Y'all bringing out outside phenotypes, acting like y'all got some generational originality in a kingdom, my noggin. In a kingdom, not a melting pot, not a happenstance. My daddy got land here. I'm talking about a kingdom, Khan. Man, I'm just saying, my noggins, you can't get it nothing, man. We can't get nothing away on the whole entire, the whole earth planet. I feel bad, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I'm not trying to like, wipe you out of existence or nothing, but it seems like they wiped us out of existence on the whole earth plane. And that the whole earth plane was once ruled by the same Nagas that had the scepter from the King David, covenant, you know what I'm saying? If not David himself, scepter, you know what I'm saying, that worked framer and shaper together, you know what I'm saying, with the queens and the kings, from the Shebas to the Solomons, man, from the David to the Bathsheba flow. It was always framer and shaper, you know what I'm saying? High Amazon queens, high Amazon kings, priest queens, like the same flow. We worked together, cons, and we, fought the hijack together. The Amazon queens, Queen Khalifa, and then fought the hijack with the Presticons, Dawi, you know what I mean? The Dawudas fought with the Dawid, man. So I'm sorry, hijacks. Well, not, I ain't sorry to the hijack. I'm just sorry to my noggins that feel like they're in between. Like, man, do I connect with this or this? Keep the code, con. Like we're doing our diligence, we're doing our history, we're doing our recon. But overall, no matter what bloodline you from, you ain't gotta try to come over here, leave a bunch of comments to defend yourself. I'm telling you facts, man. You in the kingdom. You're in the kingdom of Preston John. You're in the kingdom of the priest king, priest queens, the priesthood. You cannot genealogy your way into a kingdom. The kingdom is returning. You're going to come back with your paperwork, or you're going to be in line with the children of Israel, Khan. You're going to be in line with the Khans of HaWah. Which you going to do? You want their order, or you want HaWah's order, right? You want to rock in order with these tribes, or you want to rock with the hijack and go into the metaverse, man? You want to rock with the AI just bursting into consciousness, or with the alchemical dragon, mysterious substance of unknown origin, which is the breath, which is the water, which is the power, man? This is forever. So choose up. The Greek historian Herodotus wrote that the Scythians were the newest members of the human race. Scythians is where they get Scott. Scott is like Princess Scotia, the Hebrew princess from the Hyksos flow. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing new about this. Bharat, the common name of India, means brotherhood. Racially, the Bharatiya were probably either Australoids or olive skin. My olives are either green or black. So I don't know when olive turned into some light skin situation with Caucasian features, and they're not even the people of the Caucasus. So what are you talking about? It must be a Caucasian writing this book with a Caucasian perspective of India, not understanding the copper color, the dragonfly perspective, my nugget, of India superior. Khan. Last paragraph, man, before I go crazy. Evidently, the Sakhas and Bharats knew that they were mutant hybrids from or of the Yahuda. So they're of Judah, but they were mixed tribes. They honored them as their true followers and leaders. In time, the words Kata, Kati, Keti, Hatia, which is where they're looking like Haiti, Khan. Are they Caucasian too? Are the Haitians Caucasians? Let's go, man. We know. Gotti, remember the Gotti, the Mani Gotti, you know what I'm saying, for the tribe of Gad and the Manasseh flow. Y'all remember, right? Guti, Goth, Kuti, so they're giving us some drop. That the Haiti is Kata or KT, which reminds me of the Hittites. And they connected with God or Gad, Guti or Goth. So when they're talking Celtics and all this, we still talking tribes of Israel. All derived from Kadu, or God, or Gold. Whoa. So is this what you calling the creator? Again, they can't play with the name of the creator. They could play with God and Yah and Jah and Jehovah's, and they don't play with HaWah. You don't see the hijack playing with that. I mean, not successfully. You know, any hijack could try, but not successfully. It don't work out too well when you play with the breath and security, God. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. Came to mean the divinely appointed leaders of mankind. Therefore, the Jerusalem Hittites, and I say it sound like Hittites, mentioned in the Bible were Jews themselves of Yahudah or Yahid. Is this some drop when we talk the Hittites? Do we got to go back in the scripts and dig on the Hittites and say that they were actually Hebrews? Again, they're fighting under these titles. Therefore, the Jerusalem Hittites mentioned in the Bible were Jews themselves. Yehuda, Yehudi. This is how the Jews came to think of themselves as the chosen of God. In ancient India, all leaders were glorified as divinities in time of Scythians, who are Caucasian, and Mongoloids. Stop it. Not the moderns, but the ancient Mongols, which means great ones, yes. Not the so-called Caucasians, but the original Nagas of the Caucasus, Khan, right? Do you see clearly? Let's go for the dismount. Came to think of God as the primal cause. And this is how they're trying to X God out there. It's like they're atheists and they want to repaint this place with Caucasian features as they do it, right? The sacred words of many Amerindian tribes demonstrate that they too trace their beginnings to either the Siberian Yakuts or to their North Indian descendants. In this relation, the Spanish officer and conquistador Alvar Nunez Cabeza de Vaca wrote, upon being asked whom they worshipped and to whom they offered sacrifices, they said, to a man in heaven. We asked what was his name, and they said, wow. Woo! Do you see clearly? Pause it. Read it. How do you say HaWah? HaWah. In Spanish, agua, right? Wow. In the Avatar, they call him Ewa, or the creator Ewa, or Awa. Wow, agua is the water. Awa, Hawata, Wata. The Ta is the Tau is the two cross sticks, right? The intersecting lines, which means you hit the mark by getting the breath and security, the Hawata, right? So now the agua, and they don't know how to really understand it. They just want to twist it into some man in heaven. Do you take their word that the native Nagas is saying we worship a man in heaven? Or are translators translating once again? We asked what was his name. They said agua. And remember, they made up the J, right? So this is where they're getting Jaguar. Jaguar. Agua is the derivation of the Near Eastern and North Indian terms. The word for chief is what? That's the Hebrew hey or ha or it's an inhale or they're putting a G, right? So the word for chief in Uzbekistan, Afghanistan. Remember, Afghan is the son of Saul, whose son is Jeremiah. Crazy. I said crazy, man. Or Jeremiah, Yeremihu, is himself the son of Saul, and his son is Afghan. You look it up, but either way, it goes like that. And all these are still Hebrews, however you chop it up, man. So the word for chief in Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, plus VAR, which means defender, protector, is Agwar. So now they want to add a V to it instead of a Wa. They want to put the vowels. This is why our reverse engineer their hijack, because ain't no way they're going to the V's on us. But we know they went from the Wa's to the V's on the sixth letter of the Hebrew, from the Wa to Vav. Why would they go from the Wa to the Vav? And why are they trying to put the Vav on the UA, right? It clearly says UA. Wow, but now it's Vav. That's how I know they ain't the people. This ain't the truth. and they ain't doing the true linguistics if you go into the V's, and the V's came from the W's, and that same W sound is from the UA. Wow. And they could put an R and do all this stuff at the end, but they're just saying HaWah, HaWah, HaWah. HaWah is the derivation, right? So then they put the V. Father Marcos de Niza, we got some Niza maps, right? In his A Relation of the Reverend Father Friar Marcos, touching his discovery of the kingdom of Cibola, Cibola, Cibola. How much Cibola job have we done? Cibola, Cibola. Wrote, the Indians called me Hagota, which in their language signifies a man come from heaven. Ha, again, the hey, the ha, the breath, the fifth letter of the Hebrew. This is where we're getting this Hagata, Hakata. Definitely not an Amerindian word. We're talking Hebrew, but they're going to take it to the Hindus and turn it into their negative connotation derivations. Derives from the Sanskrit, right? So they're going to take it to the Sanskrit. Hagota, ha equals God Shiva. Damn. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. We're doing criticisms and some teaching and some reading. But how you take the ha and turn it into Shiva? I'm out of here, man. Do I need to show you an ancient Hebrew alphabet where the ha is the hey and the hey is the breath is the revelation? That is your mother, your inhale. Your father is your exhale. The fifth letter is the ha or hey. The sixth letter is the wa, which means security. So your mother gives you the breath. Your father gives you the security. And the seventh letter is Zion, which is where we all got to get our food and nourishment, man. The Zion. But they turn it into Shiva. That's all I could take right now, man. That's all I could take. And we coming in hot on the Patreon with the Swords of the East, man. So get in the David's Flame Chamber. We reading this cover to cover, no matter how long it takes. I'm just focusing in on a couple books, a couple drops, and utilizing the dragonfly that we all came together and got together, you know, to surf the wave. And we can surf it through any timeline, any book, based on the foundational energy that we've been popping off with from the very beginning. It ain't never changed up. It ain't never switched up, my nigga. We right here. And the water continues, man. Thank you for surfing the wave with me, because I'm surfing the wave with y'all, man. Get in the David's Flame Chamber. Support the tribe. Support me, man, as I build for my family, for the tribe. $14 a month. The Gematria of Dawood, DWD. 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. Back to the fifth letter is the HaWah, because David is surrounded by that breath. I love y'all. Stay up, suit up, choose up, drop nation. Wah!